But I don't think the buffs were even that crazy. The buffs was just like, it made the Nexus a little bit better. So like it reaches better for combos and stuff like that. But I mean, nothing about his fundamental gameplay changed. You know, the medium punches and stuff. Nothing about that changed.
Yeah, but also BLAZOR is just cracked, bro. One of the things that people don't give BLAZOR enough credit for is that that kid has extremely tight neutral. Oh boy, he can play footsies in this game.
Absolutely. And I think that's definitely something that people were talking about when he initially came up and he was playing a EU. People were saying like, yo, this kid is not just like one of those EU players, you know what I mean?
Yep.
He's actually playing very solid. And I think that's what people weren't necessarily ready for, especially with like some kid from Chile that they've never heard about in their lives.
Dude, when I heard what his parents do for careers, like I think his dad's like a scientist and his Tani's also got like some high level brain job where she's also like an academic and she's like amazing at what she does, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense. This light is breaking down this game in statistical numbers and understanding how frames work at a high level, and he's just chowing people because they don't understand this game, or maybe they don't put in the time to understand this game, because I feel like this game really does reward you for understanding the number side of it. It's not just understanding the situational, the moment-to-moment interactions, but also understanding the number side. Like on this interaction, I'm plus. If I drive rush this button into that thing, what is the amount of frames that I have? And then knowing, okay, my character's move is this amount of frames, it's that amount of startup, it's active for that long. That means that if I do this and I deliberately whiff that, it means that I can get away with this, and that sets up all sorts of frame traps. God!
5 is dead.
Fire BLAZOR, lighten up that ass. 1-0.
I will say he's finding a lot more success now that he's stowed away the sweeps.
What?
He's finding a lot more success now that he's stowed away the sweeps.
The sweeps.
I mean, what did I say? Back. They actually were though. What did I say? I said the winners, we need to clean it up, going into the next half, keep the winning streak going, and the losers, we need to clean it up and fix up on our mistakes.
What does Ending Walker's parents do? I don't think anybody's deep dived into what Ending Walker's parents did, my guy. Nobody cared about Ending Walker that much. Ending Walker came in at the tail end of Street Fighter 5, bruh. That time, nobody gave a rat's ass about what Ending Walker or his parents were doing. They just saw this lighty, cock long hair, play Ed, whooping ass. It was like, okay, nah, this light is nice. But I feel like Ending Walker is one of those players that he's like a slow burn. He didn't just come and light up the entire scene and then continually get high placements. In his region, yes. On the global stage, not so much. Like,
yeah, I think so, because I think it was the same for BLAZOR as well. Like, people went back and looked at his Street Fighter 5 accounts and he was actually like cooking people on Street Fighter 5 also. And he was like, what, maybe 12, 13 at the time?
Yeah. I remember when Ending Walker qualified for Capcom Cup, like his Tani had to travel with him because he wasn't eligible to travel alone yet. And like one of the talking points, I think when he showed up, I think in the first season of Street Fighter 6, when I can't remember which commentator it was, and they said like, yeah, he's finally legal to travel alone now. Like he can go around the world and attend these tournaments, and like maybe kudos to him for becoming a pro player at that young age and having the ability to make this a career at his age, and also sustain himself as a competitive player for the last 2 to 3 years in this game. And I don't think the character hopping is helping him. I feel like he needs to stick to the character that made his name with Ending Walker, and he really needs to dig his heels into the ground and learn the ins and outs of the matchups instead of meta hopping, because that's kind of what he's been doing.
No. So he talks a lot about okay, Mav should take a game back here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. misses the TP. And that's gonna be his tournament run.
Mav snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Drop equals dead.
So, Indie Walker talked